Nice try.
Unfortunately, I believe I read that the reproduction of the Canada goose has been reduced from 10% to 2% because coyotes take their eggs.
I don't know about that.
That's in one of the, I believe, a DNR thing that I looked up today.
I saw that too.
We do have a lot more information that you're speaking about looking up stuff. The department has put together a website in cooperation with the University of Illinois Extension Center, and it's livingwithwildlife.extension.uiuc.edu.
Oh, you gotta do that
It's a
again,
lot to
so-
remember. What I would suggest is that you just type in Living with Wildlife in Google or some other search engine and look for that website. And also on the bottom of the information sheet is actually a link directly to the coyote page on that website. So if you want to type in that full address, you can find it there. And then particular information in regards to coyotes. I believe I see you've got some of the similar stuff off the website there.
Oh, yeah.
So, but that's, the landowner, they can go and hire a permit, someone to come on, but the problem is you have to deal with, in the letter, I was given a copy and read, the den, they believe, was located on a commercial property. In Illinois, we will only permit you to do things upon your own property. So if it's on a neighboring adjoining property, then you need to speak with them and bring them into cooperation and allow them to do it, or you're going to basically just be targeting a transient animal across your property whenever it's there. We won't permit you to go to adjoining property and either remove the coyote. And you can't molest or destroy a den unless you're issued a permit from the department. It's against the wildlife code. So you can't use gas or tear gas or go in and poke and prod or dig or try to remove it unless you've been permitted or authorized.
Frank?
I have a question. If in this particular case, it's on the insurance company property,
That's what I read in the letter.
and there've been, one swan and now 3 dogs, and there's, they're coming off of the insurance company into backyards.
Yes.
If that continues, and, we know where it is there, this is a question for Bruce, is there liability on the insurance company for?
We know that that den is on the insurance property. Who has seen it? I've heard that myself.
No, that's
The
my question.
insurance company says it's not on our property.
The
Well,
thi-
well,
And no one has found it. Maury knows where it is, but he's not here anymore.
Not being a wildlife biologist, I can just express what I've read, and there's accounts, and you may have read it as well on the same information. It talks about, there was a study in Cook County about coyotes can have a home range of up to 20 miles. Okay, they will travel a great distance to move, and obviously they're going to stay close to wherever what their needs are, food, water, that kind of thing. They're going to be in the area. Which brings to another point. You can't exclude by fences, but you can exclude by making sure that you feed your pets indoors.
Yes, sir.
Keep your food in, watch your pets whenever they're out, because the danger exists, and particularly in the springtime. But short of that, there's a list on that piece of paper and then more on our website in regards to things that you can do to coexist. They're going to be here. That's the unfortunate, part in this situation. Looking at it, you're not going to it's kind of like the deer. You can't get rid of all of them. Whenever you have this nice habitat like you have, something's going to come in and fill that niche.
but if it, in fact, there are coyotes on a particular piece of property, and are you saying that the owner can do something about it if they wanted to?
The owner can be permitted, yes. We won't permit another non-tenant or non-individual, non-parcel owner.
I think the
So
kids
Brian,
have the option,
if you
not
want,
the
if your
obligation.
group wants to
Yes.
talk to
That's the
the
key.
insurance company to trap the coyotes, that's up to you.
They don't know that it's on their property.
I'm just saying.
It doesn't matter, they have the option, not the obligation. It's like a what?
Because
They can put it, but they don't have the obligation.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but what I hear you saying is, let's say even a den is removed, if this is a nice habitat, other coyotes will still come in.
yes. Basically, the habitat, from speaking with our district biologist, he expressed this point in particular, that if the habitat is there, the animals will fill that habitat until the point at which it cannot support them.
We're living in their house.
Exactly.
Bill sent me to Lincolnshire, who had a whole program on coyotes. And they did bring out a lot of the things that make coyotes very valuable to a community like ours. You've mentioned most of them. they stress that they eat the voles. When we lived in Northbrook, there were rabbits everywhere. I have not seen a rabbit in years. All of these critters are gone because of the coyotes.
And I might add, they reduced the deer population.
And they
take
definitely
20%
reduced
of
the deer
fawns area.
population. That's why our deer population is less than it was. And we just had a swan problem in our area. And
Goose problem, goose
Oh, goose problem, sorry, because I'm getting mixed up with that. We had a goose, we had 2 geese that decided to migrate from Meadow Lake to our neighborhood. And we were very unhappy with their presence. And the coyotes got a hold of their nest, ate their eggs, and they left. So we like the coyotes in our area because they have done a lot of good work. And we had a dog that weighed 4 pounds when we first got her, and we were really concerned and very careful. Now she's as big as a coyote, and she has a boyfriend that's even bigger than she is. So they can take care of themselves. But I think the big thing they mentioned, though, was not feeding your animals. That people draw in these animals. They put out food for raccoons. We used to have a neighbor that put out food for raccoons. Now that's going to draw coyotes. And even if they said even in the winter, some of the bird feeders will bring in the coyotes because they'll come for the bird seed, which I had never thought about.
They also eat fruits and vegetables from vegetable gardens.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're omnivorous. Thank you.
Anybody have any
I have a
questions?
question. It seems that we've lived in the neighborhood for 20 years, and we never had coyotes. I mean, we never had this problem back then. All of a sudden, the coyotes are showing up. So, do you have any idea why this is happening?
They're just expanding the range. They're moving into other habitat, like you mentioned before. The habitats there, the animals will eventually fill it. They're just expanding the range. One, there's not hunting pressure, so it's basically moving in. They're the top of the predator food chain here for now. And I mean, humans are on the top, but as far as the animals go, it'd be the coyotes.
And what's their predator?
Lions, mountain lions.
Is it the fox? Is it
No,
the
they will actually displace red fox and gray fox because they compete for the same food source.
We used to have wolves, but we don't anymore. They were
Well, we
the
did used to have
top.
fox, and the coyotes
Still
would
do.
rip them out.
Oh, I have fox
And
every
they
year.
were all the time.
I have lots of foxes.
Do we have any,
From my house.
information or links on our website so that, residents could access information about coyotes? Like, especially the recommendations about what we should or shouldn't do.
Well, if you look at the
I know we've had it in the village
first
boys.
issue of Village West, I put that in, being armed. And we've got the police department's got a ton of information. I would put more on there. In fact, Nancy, we put this,
Oh, yeah.
this flyer we just got from
put this
the,
information. Yeah, or the link that they have would be great, because
we'll put it on.
that's a great source.
I don't think the board is supposed to take any action. Off-track bedding facility in Buffalo Grove. I've had a couple of requests. There's an article that was in the last week's Pioneer Press. I was interviewed by Matt Cooper. I objected to it at the time, but I said there's not much we can do about it. The other mayors also objected to it, Lincolnshire, and we have a letter from Cheryl Chamberlain, and I just received.
Actually, it's not from me.
Lisa Stone.
It's from Lisa Stone, who's a trustee in Buffalo Grove, and I just
Right,
forwarded
and
it.
she also sent me an email, which I had just given to you.
She also called me.
She called the people who didn't have email addresses. And she would like us